Got a bunch of papers as you came through. I'm asking, a binder or a folder solely dedicated to Regents Review? Okay, because this is not the end of the paper trail here today. All right, so please get a binder or clean out your binder if you used one for the first half of this class, clean it out, or get a folder solely dedicated to Regents Review. I have multiple binders that are over there. I keep them over there for this purpose, this time of the year. Borrow one just for Regents Review before you leave today. All right? So please get all these into one organized binder or folder. All right, you got 3 new practice tests as you came in today. 3 new practice tests. We will be going over most of them by the end of next week. You also, remember, have August of 2018, which we completed in class. We finished up before break. So you now have 4 practice tests on you. Next up, you also have this sheet right here, a little packet that's formulas not on your reference sheet. I'm telling you, they're going to be on there. It's up to you now. Ball's in your court. Whether you start figuring what these facts are and these formulas are, that's up to you. You will also notice in this packet there's some blanks I left in there. That's because I don't know if I've hit everything. We may do a problem and be like, hey, that's not a bad one to write down that we're going to have to know. All right, so that's why you'll see the blanks in there. All right, because I only could think of 12 or 13 on my own. All right, and then finally, you have this one here that says Algebra 2, Common Core, facts you must know cold. That's false. Okay, these aren't facts you must know cold. Guys, all this is a cheat sheet of the last 1.5 years of math for you. All right, you're doing a problem at home on your own and I'm not with you. And you're like, I don't remember that concept pretty well. You may want to take a look through this packet just to see if that concept's in there. Okay, you do not memorize anything, and you don't need to memorize all the stuff in here. This is just like a little cheat sheet for you guys to look back on. You're studying in a group with some friends, on your own, whatever, and I'm not there. You can look back in this packet for whatever you have. All right? So again, orderly, somewhere in a binder or a folder, have all these with you because I'm going to use them every day. Next up, Chromebooks, phones out. Let's get Aspen up for me, please. I would highly appreciate it if you could bring your Chromebooks every day to class now for the next 3 weeks. No offense. Can you use your phone? Yeah, I just don't trust some of you on your phone. All right, and we can't be there the next 3 weeks. All right, I'm going to show you where on our webpage you should be living for the next 3 weeks. So please access our class webpage. I'll give everyone a minute or two here to get it up. All right, guys, there's only one folder you need to be in the next 3 weeks, and that's this one, the first one, the midterm Regents review. So if you could open that one up right now, and I can explain what everything. Look, there's a ton of stuff that just dropped down. Okay, let me go bottom up now, okay? Last one on here, formula's not on the reference sheet, Algebra 2 fact sheet, that's the things you got as you came in today. So if you lose them, or maybe you left it at school, but you're working at it at home, you can access it on Aspen. Those first 2 right there at the bottom, that's all that is. Here's a link. Whenever you want to use it, it's up to you. 5 extra exams I'm not going to hand out to you. All right, with video explanations. Right, so you could go to that link, 5 extra exams. You can pick whatever one you want to do, and there's video explanations. Review times. These are the times that I'm going to be available. Okay, for review outside of class. And yes, there is a Saturday session. Hopefully, I don't regret doing that. All right, so I think I counted 15 hours of review outside of class I'm offering. So that's your call. All right, so those are all on there. I'm not going to write anything down on the board or anything else. Seating chart, when I know where you guys are sitting, I'll put the seating chart in that folder. All I know now is we're in the cafeteria. That's all I know. Okay, I don't know what row or seat number, but when that time comes, I'll put it in there. In the next 3 weeks, you're going to have 2 review quizzes. 2. The first one's Tuesday. Okay, the first review quiz is Tuesday. I am not pulling any punches here. You open up that folder, I have put a document in there that contains all the topics on that first quiz. Okay, all the topics on that first quiz, question by question. Here's what it involves. Now, what you want to do with that, that's up to you. Do you want to come in the day before, the period before, and go over those topics with me? Feel free. All right, if you want to wing it, you wing it. That's your call. Okay, I don't know why this isn't coming up, but is it coming up for you? What? Okay, some of them is, some of them not. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's something with mine. Okay, but that's on there. Okay? And then there are 3 folders, August 2017, 2018, and June 2018. Guys, those correspond with the Regents exams I gave you today. All right? Just open one folder, please, of those 3. Open one folder. In every folder, here's what I've got available for you. The exam itself, in case you lose it or forgot it at school. All right? A link to the answers with work. That's huge. Okay? So you don't know how to do a problem, you're doing it on your own, or you just want to check your answers. Here's a link to answers with work. Maybe that's not good enough for you, and you'd rather have somebody explain it to you. You open up the video solutions, find the number you need, and it's kind of creepy, but a guy will pop up and show you whatever number you need, how to do that problem. Okay, he'll talk you through it. I don't know what else I can do here. All right, and more of these folders will go up as we do more exams. All right, but the 3 you have right now are the 3 I have up here on Aspen. All right, questions about anything? As you can start to see, I'm as serious as a heart attack here these next 3 weeks. Questions at all? Here's how class is going to go for the next 3 weeks, if we don't have a quiz anyway. I have 3 to 4 problems I'm going to do with you. The rest of the time, I'm going to suggest problems you do on your own. Okay? And you don't need to call me over and say, hey, am I doing this right? Is this answer correct? You know where to get video solutions or just work solutions. Okay? Are there any questions here? What's available to you? Anything at all? I got 3 problems I'm going to do with you today in one of the practice exams I just gave you, and then I'm going to suggest some problems you do on your own or with each other or whoever the heck you want to work with. Anything? All right, let's get ready to go. I'm going to start with the June 2018 exam. June 2018, find that exam. And we will be doing number 25 first. June 2018, number 25, we're going to start class off with today. Okay. Just so you know why I picked these ones. I picked these certain questions for 1 of 2 reasons. One is they come on at the darn Regents every year. Or 2, we've never talked about it this year yet. Okay? Don't expect me to do problems where you can just store numbers into your calculator. We're not going to do those. That's for on your own. All right? I'm picking problems that I know are on there every year, or we just have never, ever, you may have not have seen this topic since November of your junior year. All right? So these are the problems and why I'm picking it. 25, if you read through number 25, it's a probability question, yeah? And it's a given one. Okay? Common every year. Find the probability of this happening, in this case, a freshman, given the student prefers to watch reality. So we got to know the formula. Let me start off with the basic formula. A given B. What goes on top of this formula? A and B. Whatever however many of them are combined. So again, that's the and symbol. The intersection of the 2. And anybody remember what goes on the denominator? That whatever happens to be given in the problem, in this case, it's going to be B. And now we just have to apply it to reality and freshman. So if you want to do this in symbols now, find the probability. What are they asking me for? Probability, the student is freshman given they prefer to watch reality. So you're telling me by the formula you're going to put however many freshmen that like reality are on top. And if you can read the table correctly, how many are we looking at? 103 freshmen who like reality. Now on the denominator, what did I give you? What's given? Given they already like reality. Okay, that number you can't find in the table because there's no total column. You're going to have to do a little totaling yourself. So how many students like reality? 213. Guys, we're done. That's it. Because what part is this? It's a part 2 one. Oh, it's only worth 2 points. Don't expect much work. All right, 103 out of 213. Any questions, comments? Okay, here's a point in the class right now. You guys have the sheet of formulas that are not on the reference sheet. I did not provide this one for you. This is one I forgot. Okay, so it might be a good idea to use one of these blank spaces right now to plug in this given probability. Okay. And at any point, if you guys think, raise your hand and say, hey, did you give us this one on that sheet? Answer might be yes. Answer it might be no. If it's no, let's put it on. Questions from you guys at all? Okay. Anything? Next up, 27. Okay, solve it. Express your answer in A plus BI form. Stop right there. Everybody stop. The directions are pushing you where to go. If you're going to leave your answer in A plus BI form, I should have imaginary answers, right? And you never get imaginary answers by factoring. Never. Has anybody ever factored anything and had an I in there? Me neither. So the directions right there are telling you, do not waste your time trying to factor that. So what are the other options to solving it then, if I can't factor it? Quadratic formula, which I am going to recommend you do, and anybody know the other one, which I'm sure across the next 3 weeks we'll review? Completing the square. I don't like completing the square here because there's a 2 out front, and if I divide everything by 2, that 5 is going to give us a problem. So I'm going to recommend that we do quadratic formula. Why? Not because it's easier, because what's on the darn reference sheet? Quadratic formula. And speaking of the reference sheet, any practice test I give you, the reference sheet's always on the back of it. Okay? Instead of having a single one, I lose it here and there. Every test I give you, the reference sheet's on the back. All right, so if you take a look at one of the reference sheets on the back, formulas that you'll actually get, I got negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac, and we're putting that all over 2a. Hey, and keep thinking about this. If you're going to get imaginary roots, what type of number should I get underneath this radical? If I'm going to get imaginary roots, what type of number should pop out here? Negative. Yes, you should get a negative number underneath if it's going to be imaginary. All right. What's my a value? 2. So on the bottom I'll have 4. What's my b value? 5. So when I plug it in, negative 5 plus or minus. Stop right here. This is the spot in the quadratic formula where every student messes up. The negative 5 and the 4 on the bottom, who cares? That's pretty easy. The number underneath the radical is always where they mess up. Not you guys, though. Not you guys. Here's why. You're going to use that darn store key on your calculator to find the number underneath the radical. Do not try to substitute in your own numbers and do it. It's not that I don't have faith in you. All right, but I just worry a sign will miss. You'll be missing a sign here or there. So in your calculator right now, I'm going to do it at my desk here in a second. You're going to store in 2 for A, 5 for B, 8 for C. All right, into your calculators right now. So 2, store in for A. Please call me out right away if you're not too sure where to get the buttons. Because, guys, I cannot help you out on the exam. Day of the exam, you can't call me over and say, can you help me store this in for C? I'll just give you a pat on the back and say, good luck to you. Good luck to you. So 2 stored in for A. 5 stored in for B. And 8 stored in for C. Once you have all those numbers stored in, you are looking for the value of B squared minus 4. Don't do square root. We're not interested in that. I just want the number underneath. So you're going to your calculator and asking it, can you please calculate what B squared minus 4AC would be? And we're praying it gives us back a negative number, right? Because our roots are imaginary. And that it does. Everyone make sure you can get negative 39 out. Negative 39, negative 39. We're all good? Okay, so let's put that underneath our radical. All right, we got to keep going. I take the negative out. What's it become on the outside? I, right? I take a negative out of a radical. It just becomes I on the outside. Negative 5 plus or minus I, radical 39. Negative's gone. Okay, anything you can do with 39? Can we break it down anymore? Perfect squares, anybody? Oh, keep waiting. Anybody find any? It's because there are none. You can't break down 39. Don't try it. There's no perfect square that goes into it. But we're still not done because it's got to go A plus BI form. So you do need to separate this right now. All right? So the way we separate it is just put a 4 underneath each. Negative 5 over 4 plus or minus I radical 39 over 4. Okay, we do, when it says A plus BI form, we do need to separate it. And that's it. I want you guys to realize something, the only math that you did here, because your calculator did most of the work. You had it on the formula sheet. You know where the only math you had to do? Take the negative out of the radical. That was it right here. Because how many points is this one worth still? Still a 2-pointer. Okay, not much work, a 2-pointer. Anything from your end right now? Because I'm going to do a part 3 before we end it. Number 35. 35. All right, here we go. We got our work cut out. This woman's going to put money in for her daughter. Beautiful. Nice one there. She's going to put 63,000. We read it. Yep, 2.55%, compounded monthly. Write a function after how much is in the account after T years. Okay, you're going to need a formula for this. Not on the formula sheet. It's one that you're going to have to remember. So go ahead, go to that sheet I gave you. It's there. Okay, it is there. Everyone see where it says compounded continuously? And then right below it, it says compounded any other way. Everyone see that? Make sure you can find out where that is on the formula sheet in case you need to get to it again. Okay, we are not, what are we doing here? Compounding it continuously or some other way? What's the problem? Tell us we're compounding here. Monthly, so it's not continuously. Continuously is when I use that PERT. we used before break, A per. All right, if it said compounded continuously. All right, so we need to use the one that says compounded any other way, which is A equals P 1 plus R divided by N raised to the, what is it, NT or T? NT, that's what. Yep. Yep. Hey, guys, I can give it to you. I can't make you drink it, though. Can't make you eat it. That's on you. All right, if you want to know this going into the exam. I've given it to you, though. All right. So all they want us to do is plug in the numbers they give us and keep T the way it is. All right, keep T the way it is. Principal. P for principal. How much did I start out with? 63,000. So that's in for P. 1 plus. Oh, you know you're not plugging the percent in. You have to change it to a decimal before you plug it in. And guys, help each other out. What is the easiest way to do on your calculator to put that into a decimal? Just divide it by 100. 2.55 divided by 100. 0.0255. Okay, here's where you got to do a little thinking now. Compounded monthly. Monthly. So how many times am I compounding this then? Monthly. 12, correct. So there's a 12 in for N. The other words you want to be aware of. What if it said quarterly? Quarterly? 4 times a year? Yep. And the only other one I've seen is daily. 365. Yep. Okay, 365. That's the only ones I've seen. If it says continuously, we use the other formula. Okay? And then we're raising this to the 12 for N, and then T is going to stay T. All right? Any issues here? Because now we have to actually do something with it. Okay, use this. Whoa, whoa. Anybody remember when those directions are there? Algebraically, what's a no-no? Yeah, no guess and check here. Don't plug in 10 years and see if you're going to get 100 grand out. It's not going to work. All right. Algebraically, no guess and check. When the account's going to hit 100 grand. All right, so where should that 100,000 go? In for A, yep. When's it going to be equal to 100,000, the account? And we're solving for T. Well, before we clean anything up here, let's just talk. Where's your variable you're going to solve for? Yeah, so eventually what's going to be introduced here? Eventually logs, yeah. But the log will not be introduced until the exponent and the base are all by itself. We got a lot to do here. My first thing, I would probably clean that up a little bit inside. All right, so can we add 1 plus 0.0255 divided by 12? Let's add that just so it looks a little bit better. Don't round a darn thing. Don't you dare round a darn thing until the very last step of the problem. Okay? Remember, no logs until the exponent and the base are by itself. How are you going to kick the 63,000 out of there? You would subtract it if you had a plus sign in between it. You got to divide it out. All right, divide it out. All right, nothing to distribute, Mike. Distribute would be if I had like a plus sign in here somewhere. Okay, inside the parenthesis, then I could distribute. There's nothing to. Okay, I can't multiply these either. Okay, so get rid of the 63,000. Yep, by dividing each side. And you're going to hear it in your head in 3 weeks. Do not round till the end. So you guys have two choices. Write out that full decimal right now that's showing on your calculator, or turn it back into a fraction. I don't care, either one. Okay, write out that full calculator display when you divide the two, or keep it as a fraction. I decided to keep it as a fraction. That's just how I roll. Goes back to 100 over 63. Do you guys see what I mean by the exponent and the base are all by itself? Now you can introduce the log. Okay, what does the log do to this exponent? Moves it where? Moves it out front, right? So I got 12t out front, but then you take the log of both sides. So the log of 1.002125. And then the log of whatever that decimal was, or in my case, 100 over 63. Different ways right now we could get t by itself. Because this is where you guys are, I'm going to end it and you guys are going to take over and I'm going to look at everyone's final answer. What could I do to get t by itself? Different options. How do you get the 12 out? Divide, and then you would divide by the log of 1.002125. You could divide by the log first, and then divide by 12 at the end instead. Or, if you're feeling crazy in 3 weeks, divide by everything. Divide both sides by 12 log 1.02125. But I don't care how you do it. Can you please use the darn fraction template if you have it? Still walking around fifth period today and people not using it when it's already on their calculator. And shockingly, they got it wrong. Oh, look at that. All right. I am going to walk around, make sure you got the correct final answer, making sure you know how to use your calculator. When I give you the okay, these are the multiple choices I'd like you to go on your own or with other people. All right. And you could start using Aspen to check your answers.